Hi guys, and welcome back to Finding Your Indie. Today, for our Monday mini marketing tip, or mini Monday marketing tip, whatever, it's Monday, just hello. All right, today we're covering review teams. Now, one of the reasons why I picked review teams to go in with our Monday marketing tips is a lot of people, especially newbies or beginners in the publishing industry, they're not quite sure what to do. They're like, well, how do I get an ARC team? How do I get a beta team? How do I get more reviews? And the simplest way to say it is to say, just get started. But the first 3 tips that I would give for having a very successful review team comes from 13 years of experience and lots of flubs with my own review teams over certain pen names. I've had really successful review crews, and I've had to just completely start over with other ones. So you'll hear me talk a lot about planning, and that's going to be in this one in particular. But planning is going to be one of the most important things that you can do. And here's why. When you have a review crew and you are telling them I need reviews this date, this date, and this date, you have to have your book done in time to give it to them so that they have time to read. Now, let's say you write cozy mysteries and they're 35 to 60,000. They might only need, a couple days to read. However, if you write, let's say, epic fantasy, which is over 100,000 words, or you write women's fiction, which is usually, it used to be over 80,000 words, 75, 80,000 words. Now it seems like it's trending shorter. But one way or the other, you kind of need to plan out. You need to plan out. How much time is your review team going to need? And are you giving them a heads up that you've got a review ARC coming? ARC, just so you know, stands for Advanced Review Copy. That means it's okay if it's not perfect. You might even get some review crews members who will send you emails that say, hey, here's a list of typos that I got. I love them. I love them so much because I need them when my editors, I know they're skimming through, they're trying to see things, my proofreaders are trying to see things. Lots of stuff is trying to happen, and things get they fall through the cracks. And if you don't have someone catch them, I guarantee the armchair editors, I've seen them called that around Facebook. I love that. I think that term's great. Readers are being given an opportunity to mark down typos and edits that they think need to happen on your books for Amazon, for Kindles. So you get quality issues. Well, if you have a review team that brings up these typos and stuff to you, it helps you catch some that slip through the cracks. However, all of that being said, let's get to our list, because I could sit here and keep talking about review crews massively. The idea for a review crew is to give out advanced copies to a certain number of people so that you get a percentage of reviews back. For instance, I have 80 people on my Westerns review crew. Of those 80 people, I can guarantee that I will get 30 reviews on release date if I give them the book 2 weeks in advance. If not, my books are pretty long. If I give it to them with 2 weeks, then I know that they'll hit that mark. But if not, I'm dropping the ball on them as well. And I know I can get 30 at least within the first week of release. So that's what the point is there. You want to have reviews on your book. Do you have to have 100, whatever that magic number is? No, there is no magic number. You want to have reviews so you can put ads on it and so you can have social proof that your book is worth reading. But I'm not going to say, hey, if you don't have 1,000 reviews, your book's going to sink. It's not the case. So let's talk about the 3 great things to do with review crews so that your review crew is successful. The first one is clear expectations. Make sure that your expectations are clear. I'm going to give you a book. It's going to use BookFunnel, Story Origin, whatever links that you're using, whatever way that you're using to deliver your book. I'm going to give it to you on this date, which is X amount of time before release day. On release day, I will send you a link to put your reviews up on. Now, you also need to know, where are you going to be happy with them leaving a review? Goodreads, Amazon. If you're a wide author, you need to make sure that they're getting them on Barnes & Noble, Apple, wherever they take reviews. If you're only a KU reader, make sure they hit them up on Goodreads. Make sure they do it on BookBub. So that means you need to do your back-end work. You need to make sure that the book is claimed on Goodreads. You need to make sure that it's claimed on BookBub. You need to make sure that it is put in the places that it needs to be in order for the reviews to be maximum quality. What's the point in getting reviews if you're not really getting them like you could be, right? So for instance, on one of my review crews, I have a lady who lives in Australia and she doesn't like using Amazon. She doesn't like to leave reviews on Amazon. She's a KU reader, or not, excuse me, not a KU reader, but she's a Kindle reader, but she doesn't like leaving reviews on there because she keeps getting banned, and they'll delete her reviews for no reason. She said to me, I understand that you want reviews on Amazon. However, I can't do that because of reasons XYZ. Can I leave them on Goodreads and BookBub instead? And I said, awesome. Totally. I will. That's perfect. So for me, when she sends me in my review links to, to say, hey, I did my reviews, and to make sure that she gets on the review crew for the next time, she is saying, here is my reviews, and I already know that we had an agreement. So that is what you're doing. You're exchanging an ARC in exchange for a review. And it's people that you are quasi-trusting to an extent that there is a give and take. You're giving them a free book. They're going to give you a review. It's not like you're buying a review, because you definitely are making sure that they understand that you want an honest review. And yes, I have a person on my review crew who gives me 3 stars across the board. She's killing me. She's killing me. But it's fine. We're going to take it. Number 2, be consistent. If you want to learn from my mistakes, you will do what I'm saying and be consistent. Don't use your review crew that you have going for your erotica romances and then suddenly start sending them Christian romance. They might not want that. You need to ask them first and make sure that you're being consistent with what you're giving them. Is it okay if I give you, this specific pen name only? I mean, it's this genre, this subgenre is all that she gets, is all that author gets. Are you okay if I give it to you 2 weeks in advance? Do you prefer a month? Do you prefer it on Facebook? Do you prefer it with the book funnel link? Do you prefer I email it? Make sure that you have your stuff set up and you're consistent with it. Oh, I did not do this. And I've been through so many iterations of a review crew on one of my pen names that I'm about done with the pen name, because I've had to change it so many times. I think now I'm finally getting to the point where I actually have that one settled down, but the rest of them, because I learned from that one, the rest of my 14 pen names are figured out. They're done, right? So that's where I've been with that. And so I hope you learn from me on that one. Number 3, this is the most important one. And I think that this carries out for everything in your business. Have a plan. Be prepared. So have a plan. If you're the type of person who, and I'm totally this type of person, so this is not like me saying, oh, don't be that person. If you're the type of person who is like me, and I have 15 pre-orders up. Gosh, I think I have 20 up total. That's across different pen names. Obviously, one name is not going to have 20 pre-orders right now. That would totally cannibalize sales. But what I'm saying is I have 20 pre-orders up right now, and I usually push until I get to that point, right? So let's say the next book I have up is, Matchmaker. So I've got one of my Matchmakers book is set up for pre-order, and I have about a month and a half to go and before that one has to release. The book is in drafting stage right now. So what I would do is get it almost to the day where you have to release it, right? You have to put it up on Amazon or put it up wherever your pre-orders are supposed to be. And I would literally push the envelope. I would give it to the review crew the same day that I upload it, which is usually the same day that it's due. This is not smart. Not smart on my part, because I'm supposed to give it to my review crew 2 weeks in advance. That's how I have it set up. So I've started making myself understand that my deadline is not the week before the pre-order date. My review crew needs it. So my deadline is now 2 weeks before, at least. So editing, that's everything. Formatting, everything is up and ready to go. But establishing that consistency that we talked about in number 2 all comes down to planning. Am I planning? Have I let them know what to expect? Do they know that I've got another book coming? Do they know what the series is going to be? Do they understand what the expectations are? Do they know that there's a certain number of books in that series? And am I making sure that they're prepared? So those 3 are really huge. Make sure 1, again, we're going to recap. 1, you have clear expectations. 2, you're being consistent. And 3, you have a plan. You're prepared with the plan. And again, review crews are marketing, a huge part of the back end of marketing. It's not ad work. It's not doing swaps. It's not whatever. But what it's doing is it's giving you that social proof on that book so that your money goes further when you advertise. It's really, really hard to sell a book that doesn't have any reviews. So if you have 3 reviews, 4 reviews, just have some reviews on them that are are good, 3, 4, 5, I'll take a 3. Yes, review crew member, I will take a 3. If you have those, then you're not throwing your money away on a book that hasn't been tested. Your ROI goes up, and you'll hear me talk a lot about the importance of ROI. That's the end of today's Monday mini marketing tip. If you have any questions, let me know. And make sure you check out our planners for social media and marketing planners that we have on Etsy. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Also, don't forget, you can submit questions to be answered in the Monday mini marketing tips or as a marketing series if you go to the link below at findingyourindie.com. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.